When I was a child, I started doing the work of an occupational therapist. I didn't know what occupational therapy was, or that I was the recipient, but it empowered me to thrive with a disability that I didn't know I had and still does to this day. My name is Miranda Black, and starting this fall, I will be pursuing my Master of Science in Occupational Therapy at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. I'm excited for this opportunity to share how my lifelong passion for occupational therapy has grown and developed over the years. Despite growing up a happy child in a happy family, I always felt like I was too chaotic. I felt this tremendous pressure to find my thing, that one passion or hobby or interest that would guide my life, but I wanted to try everything. One minute I was hyperfixated on dance, the next on theater, the next on volleyball, and at the same time I wanted to try figure skating and karate and Girl Scouts. As I grew up, I remember feeling distressed that I had too many interests and no way to integrate them. When I transferred to an academically rigorous school in the 5th grade, I started to feel like school was harder than it should be. It felt like I had to study twice as hard and 4 times as long as my peers to get the same grades. As chaotic as I felt, I found ways to compensate for my disorganized brain. I formed study habits and routines, learned memory tricks, and even found ways to mix in my natural interests to make school more motivating. In the midst of discovering numerous occupations that allowed me to be more productive, I lost the time to pursue my many passions. But I was okay with it at the time. I had decided that school would be my thing. After starting college with my heart set on becoming a doctor, I learned about occupational therapy and was initially scared to admit how much I was drawn to it. I started working within the disability community, felt a growing sense of belonging within it, and took a deep dive into the field of disability studies through classes and research. Throughout my time in college, I learned more about how disability is both a medical and social phenomenon, but I didn't fully understand this until I applied this idea to my own disability. When I was a senior in college, at 21 years old, I finally received an ADHD diagnosis, and I learned that my neurodiversity had been painting every aspect of my life all along. This diagnosis was transformational for my mental health. It gave me a framework that helped me understand why I felt so chaotic growing up, and helped me learn how my chaotic brain is also the source of my creativity, my boundless energy, and my multi-passionate nature, all qualities that will be infinitely useful to me as an occupational therapist. This diagnosis was the last piece of the puzzle I needed to understand that I'm not meant to be a physician. After all, I didn't cure my ADHD growing up. I just modified my environment and engaged in meaningful occupations so that a magical medical cure was not necessary. This is what I desire to do as an occupational therapist, to work towards a world where everyone's access needs are met, so that no one has to look for a cure if they don't want one. In high school, I used my self-imposed occupational therapy to manage my forgetfulness, improve my learning abilities, and organize my life. Today, and as my knowledge of this profession continues to grow, I have come to understand OT as more than a way to help people do the things they need to do. It also empowers people to do the things they want to do, the things that add beauty and flavor to their lives. I now use this aspect of occupational therapy to prioritize my well-being, manage my ADHD, and embrace the benefits of my neurodiversity. I use the occupation of Muay Thai to improve my focus and confidence. I fill a lot of my free time with the occupation of learning new languages, which helps me work around the barrier that my learning disability presents sometimes by reminding me why I learn, and that I'm more than capable of learning difficult things. I plan to continue to use the occupation of traveling to expand my comfort zone by showing me that I can adapt and enjoy the ride even when life doesn't go as planned. And, most beautifully, I have used meaningful occupations to find belonging in the many communities I have had the chance to be a part of. For me, these occupations encompass what occupational therapy is all about: health, wellness, and participation, achieved through access to the activities that give us a sense of belonging in this world. In my career as an occupational therapist, I will empower people to find their things. Yes, things plural. Those occupations that guide their lives by filling them with autonomy, purpose, and meaning. It turns out that occupational therapy was the perfect way to combine my many things.